As I seek to recapture the annus horribilis that was 2008, I think I'd better make this speech a bit like one of Matty's innings. Brief. No amount of massaging the figures can hide the fact that last year we were awful. We played 10 games, winning a grand total of 1 and managing to lose 9. Our batsmen scored a reasonable 1,252 runs, but sadly our bowlers managed to concede 1,450. With Dan Nicholls only bowling 7 overs all season, Plan B didn't look very attractive, unless of course you were one of the opposition batsmen. Understandably, our supporters found it hard to watch. In fact, this one couldn't take it anymore. But I assure you it was harder to be a player. Our captains took the run of defeats particularly badly, with James writing his resignation letter whilst the game was still in progress. "You're all useless, and I've had enough." Matty did the honourable thing and attempted to commit Harry-carry by falling on his bat. Fortunately, when you put a bat in Matty's hand, he tends to miss, and despite sustaining some damage, he lives to lead us for another season. Traditionally, one of the strengths of the 39ers has been our fielding. We seem to get an awful lot of practice, and so for our encouragement I thought I'd put together the 39ers Guide to Fielding. First of all, we have Ian demonstrating what he calls the long barrier, with a big hole in it. How did that happen? Next we observe Matthew showing off his diving stop. With the speed of a gazelle he passes the camera, with the dive of a swallow he swoops onto the ball, and with the nose of a retriever he goes off to find it in the bushes. That'll be 4 then. Over the past couple of seasons Al has managed to hurt his hands on several occasions whilst fielding, and so sensibly kept his hands well out of the way this year. Unfortunately, he didn't remember to get his head out of the way as well. I don't know what we were more upset about, the fact that he headed the ball for 6, or that we didn't capture it on camera. Now it's Matthew again. I must say to anyone watching, please don't attempt this at home, as it's very dangerous, as you can end up getting lynched by your teammates. But this is how not to run someone out. Both batsmen are understandably keen to be on strike as Matty's bowling. The one with the helmet has given up. He's about to walk off muttering dark things about his colleague, but what he is unaware of is that Dan has substituted the ball for a bar of soap. For me, this is a defining moment of our season, snatching defeat out of the jaws of victory. Sorry Matt, it's too late now. We move on to our bowling. Jamie Neate was the leading wicket taker with 11. Matthew Howard comes second with 7, though quite how he took credit for that one I don't know. Jonathan Mundy took 5, with Dan Jarvis and Charles Campbell both getting 4. Astonishingly, amongst the mayhem, we managed 7 maidens, and well done to Matt for bowling more maidens than anyone else. If your economy rate was around 6 runs per over, then that's very good. If it's 16.5, then your name's Ian, and you'd rather I didn't mention it, so I won't. So swiftly on to the Tim Smith Memorial Cup, which we award each year to the man who bowled the most expensive over of the season. Ian won this last year, and he made a good attempt at retaining his cup, bowling 2 overs that cost 33 runs. However, though he managed the longest over in 39er history, 13 balls including 7 wides, he'll be sad to know that he's lost his cup. In second place we have a new name in Sam Julian, 1 over for 19 runs. But showing that you just can't beat an old pro, Matthew reclaims the cup with 1 over for 20 runs. It would be remiss of me not to mention Steve Jarvis amongst our bowlers. You'll remember how we called him the Decapitator last year. Unfortunately, our opponents must have got wind of this, because this year they seemed to cope with Steve's headhunters quite well. But ever the innovator, Steve changed his plans, and wishes now to be known as the Toe-Capitator, as he aims instead for people's feet. Unfortunately, at the moment the only toes in danger are Steve's, but we wait with interest to see what he comes up with next. We move on to our batting. Although 4 of us scored over 100 runs in the season, Jonathan 154, Chris 163, Ian 207, and Paul 317, we still didn't score quickly enough in any of our games. Too often when we needed 10 runs and over off of the last 5 overs, we batted as if we were trying to save a test match. chief culprit being Jonathan Munday, whose 4 not-outs in 5 innings suggests that preserving his average of 154 was more important than trying to win the game. Ooh, look what Jonathan's just found. It's his bat. Maybe he'll use it in anger next year. Dan Nichols, normally our most prolific batsman, decided this year to use an invisible bat, which might explain why he ended up below Matthew in the averages with just 2.5 runs per innings. Finally we come to the Ed Trugeon-Smith Award for the worst shot of the season. Al set very high, or should I say low, standards for this award last year, and now winning it needs more than just an impersonation of someone picking up a cricket bat for the very first time. You really need to be out as well. There were 2 worthy candidates for the cup. In second place we have Ben Jarvis. I find this uncomplicated approach to batting so refreshing. Ben seems to think that the objective is to decapitate the wicket-keeper, which he almost accomplishes. But the winner is James. He's taken years to perfect this shot. Skip, skip, mow, miss. Absolutely magnificent. He actually looks disappointed. I can't understand why. That was pure comic genius. Everybody runs to congratulate him. Well done, mate. That was worth driving up from Cardiff to see. Ben passes on his congratulations. He knows he's in the presence of the master. There's Ian. I haven't laughed so much since I ran Mark Shearman out. Here comes Jamie Neate. Well done, James. That was awful. This man runs all the way from the middle to offer his congratulations. As one, the pavilion rise to hail such a worthy winner. Even Isabella knows that her dad has taken batting to new depths. Later on I asked Evie to recreate her dad's shot. Her choice of a broom was particularly apposite, although technically she seems to be far more correct than her father. Well done, James. ETS winner 2008.